What is up, everybody? TheDoubleZTV, man, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. I know a lot of people have been doing this whole freaking tier list shit that been going on, ranking best or worst and stuff. Well, guess what? Yours truly's in this now, too. And you can all see right here, every WrestleMania is here on the list. Everything from WrestleMania 1 all the way down to WrestleMania 35. So this is all personal preference. If you guys want to make your own list, whether it's in a video or personal, link to this list will be in the top of the description. So we're going to have everything from personal favorite to terrible. I can guarantee you this. Nothing is going to be in this haven't watched category. I've seen them all, got all on my hard drive, and I'm just waiting for the 35 DVD to finally come in from Amazon. So without further ado, might as well get this one going. I'm probably just going to go in chronological order. Going to be easiest. So WrestleMania 1. First WrestleMania. Oh boy. This one, it's like, you didn't have that many memorable matches. Like, you remember the main event. You remember the Body Slam challenge between Big John Studd and Hulk and Andre the Giant. I think there was a tag team match in there. I know Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik won a tag team match. Fucking bullshit. They become the tag team champions. Average at best. Like, you gotta give some credit for the first WrestleMania. There were some watchable things, but not the best. Let's see, where's two? Two down here. I think this is like the third worst WrestleMania of all time. 3 different venues, few matches per city, and barely anything notable. Velvet McIntyre and Fabulous Moolah lasted for like less than 2 minutes. The freaking capture the flag match between, I think it was Nikolai Volkov and Corporal Kirchner or whoever he faced. I know Corporal Kirchner was in there. You have freaking Uncle Elmer and Adorable Adrian Adonis, Mr. T, and Roddy Piper in the boxing match. Oh, this show was just so freaking bad. Holy crap. WrestleMania 3. Great show. Yes, you had the historical significance of Hogan and Andre. Ricky Steamboat, Randy Savage, kill it. Supposedly there was going to be the last match for Roddy Piper, but we know he would continue there, and the whole hair clipping, I think it was of Adrian Adonis. Yeah, it was. This, like, the first big stadium show, one of the biggest attendance records, give or take some of the exaggerated numbers. But still, you can't deny the significance in the feel of the show in the Silver Dome, Hogan. So, definitely a great show. 4. Oh, I understand there was a story for all this, like the way the show was, but in terms of quality, I understand the whole story that was going on with the show and everything, but barely, I think there was like probably one watchable match on this entire crammed show. It's like, it's great that you had Savage get his big moment at the end, but everything else, just holy fuck. This is why you should not do tournaments all in one show, because then you gotta rush everything together and there's no real quality, nothing really standing out about the show in terms of any great matches that you're gonna remember somewhere down the line. I'm sorry, it can't happen. 5. Oh. It's like, yeah, you had Savage and Hogan. I think you had Jake and, yeah, there was Jake and Andre, because you had the whole thing of Andre being afraid of snakes. You had Rick Rude and Ultimate Warrior. But this was the second year in a row you had Trump Plaza. It's like, I think it was either it was Wrestling Observer Newsletter saying it was the worst show of the year. And especially when you compare to what NWA was doing back in '89. Not the worst, but not the best. Badish. 6. Now, this actually wasn't bad. Hogan and Warrior killing it that night in the main event. You had Jake and Ted DiBiase. You had the final match in WWE for, I think it was the final match for Andre, when he teamed with Haku, and even though Haku did all the match freaking work against Demolition. Oh, shit, what else was there? It's hard to remember a lot of this stuff off the top of my head without looking at freaking notes about what happened and everything, but this was actually a solid show. Good. Plus, you had Edge and Christian out there, and this show inspired them to become wrestlers. Numero 7, oh boy. I mean, you had the incredible match between Warrior and Savage, the amazing reunion between Savage and Miss Elizabeth, Hogan winning the WWE Championship from Sergeant Slaughter in the main event. Yeah, remember? Slaughter was the WWE Champion. You all forget about that? Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people did. Let's see what else. There was the blindfold match between Jake and Rick Martel. That was probably the only watchable blindfold match in WWE history. Honestly. That was like the best when you really look at it. I think there was, oh yeah, there was also Mr. Perfect Big Boss Man for Intercontinental Championship. Nobody ever talks about that one. I mean, this, let's say this was also a good overall show. Even though the main event, I kind of question a few things there, but it's whatever. Numero ocho. Oh, boy. I mean, yes, you had two great singles championship matches of Piper and Brett, and you had Randy Savage and Ric Flair, but it's like you had the main event, which was just lackluster and had a botched finish. Just like, goddamn. Yeah, random matches like Skinner and Owen Hart, which was not good. In fact, it was too short. There was like an Eggman tag that nobody remembers. Santana and Shawn Michaels for Shawn's first WrestleMania singles match wasn't that good. But I mean, you had the two standout world title singles championship matches. Average at best. 9. I am never going to defend this show. Barely any matches ended cleanly. I think every title match pretty much had some kind of BS finish. I mean, Shawn Michaels and freaking Tatanka ended via countout. DQ finish you also have for Undertaker, Giant Gonzalez, but also the tag team matches for Bruce Beefcake and Hulk Hogan against Money Inc. The world title, both world title matches had BS behind them because it's like Brad and Yokozuna had interference, and then Hogan was botched interference when he suddenly got this random title match against Yokozuna, which was freaking garbage. Freaking Bob Backlund and Razor Ramon barely had a match. Luger and Mr. Perfect sucked and ended with the freaking finish of Lex Luger having his feet on the ropes. And JR has the unfortunate distinction of this being his first WWE show. And he's in a toga. The only fun thing about this was maybe the Steiner brothers against freaking the Wild Samoans, or was it Samoan SWAT team? It was one of two. And freaking Bobby Heenan riding backwards on that camel. But that was it. There were just so many bad decisions and bad matches on the show, you can't defend it no matter what. Horseshit. Now, WrestleMania 10. No, you know what? Find this to be an underrated overall WrestleMania. I mean, you had two 5-star classics in one show. You don't see that often. Brett and Owen and Shawn Michaels Razor. Yes, Lex Luger and Yokozuna sucked. They had no real chemistry. Brett getting the title back in a good, solid overall match against Yokozuna, and the celebration afterwards was really good. I think Savage Crush was actually pretty good for a Falls Count Anywhere match, even though it wasn't under the typical rules we know of. The freaking Alundra Blades, I think she faced Leilani Kai that night. It was actually solid. It was a great, really awesome WrestleMania at Madison Square Garden. I love this one. 11. I'm not even going to lie, I've been postponing recording a review for this show. I just recently rewatched this not so long ago, and I have to ask myself one question. How did I maintain sobriety while watching this fucking show? The worst WrestleMania of all time. Oh my god, there were so many bad things about this. God. Stuff like this makes people want to become alcoholics because this show was so bad. How did Kevin Owens get freaking inspired to become a wrestler after watching the show? Oh my god. Oh, if I had a freaking beer bottle, I would smash over my head right now to try to freaking get brain damage so I can forget this show ever fucking happened. 12. Now, I think a lot of people mostly remember this. Like, we remember Diesel and Undertaker was actually Undertaker's first overall good match in WWE, honestly. There was a tag team match involving the whole thing with Camp Cornette and stuff like that. That was actually solid. Roddy Piper Goldust was surprisingly entertaining. And everybody remembers the main event, even though I kind of feel it's overrated for the Iron Man match between Brett and Shawn. But I think it was very good, even though, I still say, that main event, I just feel it's overrated. It's not the greatest thing of all time. I've seen a few other Iron Man matches I prefer over that one. And it's sad to say that. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, but I've seen better main events than that for Iron Man matches. 13. Bad. Now, it's not the worst, but there were a lot of bad things on the show, but I think the couple things that do save it are Undertaker winning the world title in the main event against Psycho Sid, who possibly shit his pants. The Chicago street fight of LOD and Ahmed Johnson against Nation Domination was really good, and Stone Cold Bret Hart, incredible, but everything else was just piss poor. And I'm talking about the nasty piss poor, the kind that you would find in a freaking porta potty after knocking it over. WrestleMania 14. Love this show. Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels really delivered, even though Shawn had a bad back. Yeah, the freaking tag team dumpster match of Chainsaw Charlie, Cactus Jack against New Age Outlaws, which is freaking awesome. Undertaker Kane was surprisingly great for their first outing, even though their matches since then kind of downward in quality. Freaking Triple H and Owen Hart for the European Championship with China being handcuffed to Sergeant Slaughter. And then I think it was like Unforgiven when she was in that cage. LOD 2000 winning the tag team battle royal. You had the light heavyweights. I think the light heavyweight title was on the line. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. Just a lot of awesome stuff on the show. I still say this was one of the big moments where it truly signified the start of the Attitude Era, because it's like, the Austin Era has begun. Can't deny it. 15. Very bad. I get it, it's the Attitude Era, but just because it's the Attitude Era does not mean it's all amazing. Not everything in the Attitude Era is freaking golden or gets a pass. This show had like one real watchable match, Stone Cold and The Rock in the main event. Everything else was either just terrible or poor booking. I mean, Road Dogg and Billy Gunn were going for opposite titles, and yet all of a sudden, Billy Gunn's going for the Hardcore title, and Road Dogg involved with the freaking Intercontinental Championship going into the show, which was just freaking stupid. Tori and Sable sucked. Big Show and Mankind was BS. It's like a month prior, Mankind was going for the world title. Next thing you know, he's competing against Big Show to see who's going to be the referee in the main event, which is just freaking garbage. Yes, Shane and X-Pac had a solid match. One of Shane's best matches overall. Like I said, even Kane and Triple H was just average at best. I did not care for it whatsoever. It was just mediocre. And like everything else you saw on the show was just bad. The freaking Hell in a Cell between Big Boss Man and Undertaker was just one of the worst things ever. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was just no. 16. Also very bad. One singles match on this severely cramped card. It was a freaking, I think it was like freaking announced as like a cat fight between Terry and the Cat, where you win if you launch your opponent out of the ring first. But then you had Val Venus as a referee. You had Mae Young and Fabulous Moolah making constant distractions. Oh my god, this match was horrible. The main event, I say, was good at best. But Big Show being eliminated in the first 5 minutes was stupid. The crowd was dead after Mick Foley got eliminated. One of the rare times where a heel freaking walks out as the winner in the main event to close the show, but then you had to have The Rock freaking laying the smack down on freaking the McMahon family and everything to make the crowd go home happy. Tons of tag team matches. Yes, you had the Triangle Ladder match, which was amazing. And the freaking 2 out of 3 falls freaking match between Jericho, Kurt Angle, and Chris Benoit for the IC and European titles, but just a cramped show, a lot of poor quality stuff. I can't defend this show no matter what. Just, oh my god. I think, like, worst WrestleMania, second worst, third worst, fourth worst, fifth worst. From what I've ranked. 17. If you've been on my channel, you know this one's incredible. 5 matches I've ranked over 4 stars or more. Freaking amazing overall show. I still say this was truly the end of the Attitude Era because you see how amazing the show was. There was no more competition to cause an Attitude Era. The top guy of the Attitude Era officially turned heel. It's pretty much like a send-off. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to debate what the real end of the Attitude Era is or not. You can debate all you want, but I still say it's the end, but it's still the best WrestleMania of all time. Incredible. 18. This is gonna cause controversy. I I've seen some people say this was the best WrestleMania of all time. I find it to be the most overrated. I mean, yes, you had Hogan Rock, icon versus icon, but then and yes, you also had Undertaker Ric Flair, which was a really damn good no DQ match. But then it's like the build to Triple H, Chris Jericho sucked. Jericho was pretty much not a factor in the build because it was more focused between Triple H and Stephanie. And Jericho was more of a lackey. Goldust Maven ended in a no contest for the hardcore freaking title. Edge and Booker T feuding over a shampoo commercial. Oh my god. Yeah, you had Rob Van Dam winning the Intercontinental Championship from William Regal in the opener. Some people may remember DDP Christian for the European title. Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Elimination match. Nobody really remembers that. Triple Threat Women's title. Jazz, Lita, Trish. Nobody remembers. And plus, it was bad. It's like, what else do you guys remember from the show? Not much. 19. Also a personal favorite. Yes, it was a pain in the ass to try to get my review up because of freaking copyright and shit. But this was an incredible show, only bad match. Undertaker against Big Show and A-Train in the handicap match. Everything else was at least good to amazing. I mean, Hogan Vince was better than expected for the street fight. Rock Austin for Stone Cold's official last match told an amazing story. Brock Kurt Angle was awesome. Even though Booker T and Triple H ended in a sour note, still a solid overall match. Women's triple threat of Jazz, Trish Stratus, and Victoria. Really damn good match. You gotta love this show. 20. Now, this one's hard to say because you had the amazing triple threat main event. Benoit, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle was great. Christian and Chris Jericho was a hidden gem, but you also had freaking Goldberg, Brock Lesnar. Another stack card where you had 2 Fatal 4-Way tag team matches for both sets of tag team titles. Freaking Victoria and Molly Holly freaking title versus hair match, which was extremely short just to get it on the card. Oh, what else was there? Oh yeah, John Cena Big Show, which was alright for the US title. Probably say that's average as well. But I mean, I did love the post-main event celebration between Eddie and Chris, even though it's kind of hard to truly love it because you know what Chris did. But it was still a feel-good moment, but not a whole lot of quality matches. 21? I think I gotta agree with everybody. This was a great show. I mean, you had Ray and Eddie one-on-one, even though it wasn't really announced. It was more of an impromptu thing. Tag team champions going against each other. The first Money in the Bank ladder match was great. Yes, Akibuno Big Show sucked, and the 2 world titles were average to good at best for Batista Triple H and Cena JBL. And you also had Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle, which was incredible. Randy Orton Undertaker was another great match. Yeah, Trish and Christy could have been better, but they didn't give her much time to train. And Hogan coming to save freaking Eugene from Muhammad Hassan and Daivari was a damn good match, or a damn good moment. So, it was actually a great overall show, and plus those freaking movie parody trailers they were doing, top notch. Now, 22. This is one of those rare shows where I will say Shawn Michaels was not in the best match. I also say the best match on the show was Edge and Mick Foley for the hardcore match. We also had Shawn and Vince. You had Cena Triple H was solid for the main event. The Money in the Bank ladder match, not as good as 21, but still pretty damn good, and RVD getting his moment. You also had Boogeyman against Booker and Sharmell. Mickey and Trish was actually damn good. Like, one of the best matches they had for the women for a long frickin' time. JBL, Chris Benoit, good, but nobody remembers it. I also had the tag team opener of Chris Masters and Carlito against Big Show and Kane. Nobody cared. This one's a hard one, too. Because this would be the last one they would do in an arena, because then afterwards they would keep doing stadium shows ever since 23. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'd probably say good at best. Like I said, yeah, some top-notch matches thrown in there, too. 23, personal bias. I thought this was great. Undertaker Batista, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, Vince getting his head shaved, even though we know who was on the other side of that whole thing. Money in the Bank ladder match was great, even though the winner did not get to cash in. And you had King Kali, Ashley, rest in peace, Ashley, against Melina in the awkward matches. Let's see what else we have. I don't think there was a tag. I think there was a tag team match for the dark match. Oh yeah, you also had Chris Benoit MVP, which was actually pretty good. This whole feel of the show, just great, high quality stuff. Love world title matches. I personally love it. Maybe I'm also a bit biased because they happen here in my home state, but whatever. 24. I'm loving it. Amazing overall show. I mean, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Triple Threat WWE Championship match was really damn good. World Heavyweight Championship main event, Undertaker, Edge was incredible. Money in the Bank ladder match, one of the best that CM Punk won. The freaking, oh, what else was there? Yeah, neither of the mid-card titles were even on the line on this show, which was kind of surprising. The Lumber Chill match was alright. You had a solid opener for JBL Finlay for the Belfast Brawl. So I think that also works. Just this overall show, this was the best overall WrestleMania we would have for a little while. So I remember I love the show, and plus this happened for my chest surgery back in the day. 25! Yeah. Nobody remembers much about this show other than Shawn Michaels, Undertaker. Triple H, Randy Orton fell flat. Cena, Big Show, Edge was good overall World Heavyweight Championship match, and people remember the part where Cena temporarily had both men on his shoulders. That was about it. The freaking this WrestleMania Battle Royal sucked. Yeah, you know, well, yeah, bad. It's not as horrible as 16 and 20 and 15 and 4 there, but this was just totally lackluster. You had some good moments like Cena's entrance. Triple H just wasn't really that good. Breaking a mirror? What the fuck? JBL retiring. Yay. Let's see. I think you had the tag team match was booked to the freaking pre-show, which you can find on the DVD. Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy was a pretty damn good Extreme Rules match. I liked it. But really, you had one standout match, some that mixed in. Oh yeah, you had Jericho against Piper or Snuka and Ricky Steamboat 3-1 handicap elimination match was but not the worst thing, but not the best. 26. Boy. I think I can rank this higher because they did the main event right. And both world title matches were really damn good for Cena Batista for the WWE title and Edge Jericho for the World Heavyweight. But then you had the Money in the Bank ladder match, which I still feel is the worst. Like, they had to freaking edit in the WWE Network to make Jack Swagger seem like he didn't take forever to unlatch the briefcase. Triple H Sheamus was solid, but Sheamus should have won, honestly. Punk Ray, short on time. The opening tag team match they could have done without for John Morrison and Truth versus Jericho. Brett and Vince, it told a story, got the job done, but it just took too damn long. The women's tag match, just bah. I'd have to say average at best, but they got the main event right, and both world title matches did deliver compared to 25. But you still had some real stinkers here and poor moments. Now, 27. This is the one where everybody's got mixed opinions on. Yeah. I seen every WrestleMania, and I can honestly say, this is not the worst thing ever. I even had a debate with a guy on Facebook showing that this was not the worst ever. Think about it, WrestleMania 27, you actually had more watchables than 11. I mean, you had Edge and Alberto Del Rio in the opener, CM Punk, Randy Orton, Undertaker, Triple H, and Cody Rhodes, Rey Mysterio. That's far more watchable matches than the one match that was watchable on 11, which was the world title match between Shawn Michaels and Diesel. And plus, the main event, I still feel, even though Cena Miz underdelivered, it was better than Bam Bam Bigelow getting his career ruined by losing to Lawrence Taylor cleanly in the main event of 11. So, like, people can say what they want. I personally do not feel it's the worst ever. I've honestly seen far worse. Now, 28. This... This one's hard to say. In between these two, it's like... I remember I watched this live with my family back in 2012. It's like the first half of the show, like the undercard could have been better. Like Sheamus winning 18 seconds still leaves a sour taste in my mouth. But it wasn't the worst. Hard to say what level it's on. Yeah, I'd probably say very good because of, like, the stipulation with the main event. I mean, like, Randy Kane was alright. The Team Teddy, Team Johnny thing was just irritating. But then it's like, Jericho, Punk was amazing. Undertaker, Triple H was incredible. And the sight of them staring each other down with the cell lowering and you hear The Memory Remains playing by Metallica. The smoke going on everywhere. It's an amazing visual. Cena Rock was great, but then it's kind of scars this show a little bit because you had the whole thing of not really fulfilling that quote saying once in a lifetime. Because it makes people think, oh, we're not going to see this more than once, and yet they did. So that's kind of why I had to downgrade it a little bit. 29. Oh, boy. Yeah. Yeah, you had Triple H and Brock, which was pretty damn good for a no-holds-bar match, which would not be the first time Triple H would be in a no-holds-bar match in MetLife Stadium with his career on the line. Hint, hint. And you had CM Punk versus Undertaker, which was the best match of the night. And you had the main event fell flat. It was just a finisher, fast and reversals out of finisher to hit your finisher shit. The Shield getting their first tag team win as a unit on WrestleMania was a solid moment. But then Jericho losing Fandango, who honestly didn't go anywhere, it was kind of lackluster. Ryback getting flattened by fucking Mark Henry. Oh, that was a disaster. I think there were other matches. Oh, yeah, the freaking mixed tag team match that was supposed to involve Rhodes Scholars and tons of Funk and the Bells and all them getting scrapped due to time constraints. What else? I can't even remember anything else that happened on the show. Shit. Oh, yeah, Team El No versus Dolph Ziggler, and I think it was Big E that teamed with them. Yeah, and, Jack Swagger and Alberto Del Rio, which was solid, but there were mixed feelings by me on the show. 30. You know, I gotta show it some love. Daniel Bryan's 2 matches were incredible throughout the night. They picked the crowd back up in the main event. Freaking Daniel Bryan getting his moment. The streak ended. It was a solid match, but not the best. And it had some of the most historical significance and got in a freaking legit reaction out of the crowd. Where they were just all, like, they completely suspended their disbelief that, hey, this is script entertainment when freaking Undertaker lost. So, like, what? Everybody was just mind blown. Like, both Daniel Bryan matches delivered. Cena Bray, even though Cena won, it was still a really damn good match. Let's see, what else was there? I think, no, Intercontinental Championship, nothing like. Oh, Cesaro winning the Battle Royal, even though it didn't lead anywhere, it was still a great moment for him to pick up Big Show and throw him out of over the top rope like that. That was a great fucking moment. You don't expect somebody his size to be able to pick up somebody who's almost 500 pounds like that. The Shield squashing New Age Outlaws and Kane, which was really damn good. Like, for a moment. Like, this overall show was just damn great. 31. Almost on the level of 30, but I had to downgrade a little bit. It's like Seth Rollins with the heist of the century. The main event actually delivering better than expected. You had Randy and Seth. Ladder match was really damn good for the Intercontinental Championship, but they do that a bit too often when they don't know what else to do. Sting should not have lost to Triple H. I don't care what WWE was thinking. Should not have happened. Friggin' Cena, Rusev. It was a good moment for the U.S. title, and Rusev with that entrance was incredible. But Bray, Undertaker, a little underwhelming, and Undertaker, I think it's controversial whether he should have won or not. Like, you got Bray Wyatt, he's your new guy that's supposed to be the spooky guy, and yeah, he lost. Iffy. It's like some questionable moments. You really had some great moments in there overall, but I still went 30 a little higher. Excuse me. And then we get on this trend for a few WrestleManias. 32. Yeah. Sadly. It's like, yeah, Jericho AJ was really damn good, and it was the start of Jericho saying stupid idiot, because he was trying to stop him. He was on the top rope trying to stop himself from calling AJ a son of a bitch. Ryder winning the ladder match, which was a great moment for 24 hours. Hint, hint. Nobody wanted to see Roman Triple H. Friggin' Cena could not even. This was the first time Cena could not compete at WrestleMania. He just made a run in to help with Rock, who freaking. I think it's official. We can properly use the word buried the Wyatts. There's a whole freaking squash match against Eric Rowan, but that flamethrower thing was actually really damn good. New Day and freaking what was the group? Oh, it was that one for Bear. It's that group I want to forget. Oh, League of Nations. I wanted to forget that. Against League of Nations, New Day had a cool entrance, but they lost. Yeah, Shawn Michaels, Foley, and Stone Cold coming out to fucking beat their asses and everything like that. But it's like not a whole lot memorable on this show. It's really poorly booked. Now, 33, sadly, yeah, pretty poor. I mean, you would have thought, like, the freaking Roman defeating Undertaker was pretty much pointless because, like, you thought Undertaker was retiring to the whole thing of leaving his gear in the ring, but we all know Undertaker doesn't know anything about retirement, honestly. And the match was pretty eh. The mixed tag team match was completely pointless for Cena and Nikki against Miz and Maurice. I mean, Cena was right in the build saying, oh, we're going to destroy you guys, and technically they did. Yeah, freaking, like, Randy Bray, underwhelming. It was just freaking things to spook people. Goldberg Brock definitely outdid the WrestleMania 20 match, so at least there's a good thing there. Freaking for the Universal title, but then they started freaking Brock's Reign of Terror. I'm trying to remember anything else that even happened on the show. Like, this show was pretty forgettable. I mean, oh yeah, AJ and Shane was pretty good, and same thing with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, but the quality of certain matches and the ordering of everything was just kind of really eh. 34. Ooh, this is hard to say. I mean, the main event did not deliver as well, even with all of those F5s just for Roman to lose anyway. It was kind of pointless to just constantly kick out. Like, the opener was actually surprisingly good for Seth, Finn, and Miz. Cena getting his ass squashed by Undertaker is always entertaining. Ronda's debut was actually really better than expected. I'm trying to remember what else even happened on the show. Oh, who was the WWE champion at the time? Damn it. I'm starting to draw a blank here. This show just happened like a little over a year ago, and I'm drawing blanks here. The only time I should be drawing blanks is if I'm jacking off too much and no jizz fucking comes out. Ooh, puff. Oh, what was it? Who was that? Oh, I don't even remember the WWE champion. Damn it. I would have to look through my freaking folder, but, like, I don't remember that. I remember Nia and Alexa freaking sucked. Only thing I remember was Nia scaring Alexa with the whole freaking screaming thing. I don't remember the WWE champion, damn it. Like, it was average at best. I think. Like, slightly better than these two, but not much. And then WrestleMania 35 to close it off. Yeah, this definitely was the first best WrestleMania, good WrestleMania we saw in several years. Freaking Seth getting his win over Brock was awesome. Freaking women's triple threat main event was really good, give or take the iffy finish there. The freaking WWE champion. Who was the WWE champion too? I mean, AJ Randy could have been better if AJ didn't get hurt his hip after that superplex. Kurt losing like an iffy match. I mean, yeah, you put the new guy over, and it made sense from a storyline. It's like, hey, they never squashed their beef after the whole freaking thing involving the Raw GM stuff, and it's just, bleh. My memory is just fading me. It's like I can remember old stuff, but I can't remember current stuff. What the frick? I mean, Cena coming out with his moment with Elias was actually really entertaining. Oh, Dr. Thugonomics is back. But, I don't remember. Why can't I remember who the WWE champion was? Oh, yeah. Shit. Daniel Bryan Kofi. Yes. And I remember 34 was also Shane and Daniel against Kevin Owens, same as anybody. Daniel Bryan Kofi getting his big win after the best match of the night. Shane Miz, Falls Count Anywhere. This definitely was one of the best overall WrestleManias we've had in a while. So there you can see my personal list. Let me know if you guys want to do this video yourself. I'll put the link to the tier link in the description. Otherwise, let me know what you guys saw in the comment section below. What WrestleManias do you agree with, disagree with? Let me know. So thanks for watching, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, folks.